Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Waukesha showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
You know what is so incredibly satisfying on a Wednesday morning in May? Open up the old MLB standings, and there it is, at the top, your Milwaukee Brewers. 28-18, half a game above. Not just the Chicago Cubs, who they beat again yesterday, but the St. Louis Cardinals as well. Brewers get the win yesterday on the north side. 5-2 the final. The Miz was electric, as he has been in his outings this year. And I can't help but think about the comment that Joshy made yesterday on the show, guys, as the Cubs drop the series at home. How demoralizing must it be for the Chicago sports fans to know that their team has been exceedingly aggressive the last few years, right? Go out and get counts, go out and spend money, financially aggressive. I mean, we're not talking like Dodgers aggressive, but a heavier spender in Major League Baseball. What would you say that the payroll was? $200 million, $250 million, something like that. And here comes the good old Brewers, just rolling into town, making the short trip down 94, and absolutely beating the brakes off you in the first game and trotting out their ace of the staff in the second game for back-to-back victories to win the series, Gabe.
Yeah, $220 million, the specific number. Seventh in all of baseball. Roughly, $90 million or so more than what the Milwaukee Brewers spend. And, I mean, their chance was the first inning. That was their chance. Miz threw 26 pitches. There was an error out there, had a walk. In the next 5 innings, Miz threw 48 pitches. That is just, with 8 strikeouts, by the way. 74 pitches, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. That is, with that many strikeouts, efficient. That is just lock down, shut it down. Your bats do not have a chance after that first inning.
All right, you want me to bring it back?
Welcome back, first and foremost. At some point, we're going to get to the bottom of yesterday's injury, by the way.
Well, how's he look?
Okay.
Looks good.
He looks good?
Yeah,
He looks normal?
Glasses on. I mean, I'm not noticing anything dramatic. Now he's winking at me. Wink,
drops.
wink.
All right,
wink.
you want me to do what I do?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we have you here.
No, not really.
It's May. It's May.
You sound like
now,
Justin
I will tell you
Timberlake.
this. The Brewers are just better. They're just a better team. Right? But here's the Gabe. Never get too high, never get too low. You can't win the regular season. There's no winning the regular season. Okay? It's time to make some noise about 4 months from now. Now, this is good.
I mean, they
like
did
I
make
said,
noise.
May.
I mean, we need to
They are
pretend
a better
like
team. If you watch them, they're just a better team.
I mean, we need to
There's
pretend
no
it's not
ifs,
like
ands,
they
or buts
didn't
about
make
it.
noise last year. Yeah, they went out. They went out, but they were one of the final 4 teams standing.
Watching
That's not good
PCA
enough,
make
Gabe.
a egregious error in center field, did that make me chuckle?
Yeah.
Did I enjoy that? What do we call it here on the show? Shartin' farter? Yeah, I did. Okay, that was
Here's the thing I don't understand about PCA. Because he is, like, of all the things that I like to make fun of him for, the strikeouts,
Falling over.
yeah, trying to leap and pretend he was going to, rob those home runs against the Brewers last year. He is legitimately the best center fielder in baseball. Like,
Very good.
Really good. I don't know what the equivalent is in other sports. The amount of times I've seen him just straight up drop fly balls as that elite of a center fielder is dumbfounding.
It's like
baffling.
missing dunks. Like breakaway dunks.
Yeah,
You're all
Giannis-
alone, nothing there, and you just bounce off the back of the rim.
But he's a douche, right?
Yes.
He's a total douche. And here's what I do.
Yeah.
I am not a high road guy. I don't have a high road.
no.
I am not a high road guy. Okay?
This is insane of you to say.
So the next time they come to AmFam, can we get a Bears still suck?
No.
Can we?
No.
Why?
Because
you're a high road guy.
Well, no, because, it doesn't make sense that they do it. Like, oh, I'm mad, so I'm going to chant about something that has nothing to do with the proceedings going on in front of me. Like, maybe we can get a Cubs suck chant.
Hey. I understand Jesus. Turn the other cheek. But Peter in the garden did. He cut the damn guy's ear off. Cut his ear off.
All right, here's Bible study for Wednesday
That's
morning.
what I want.
Usually Wednesday is that day.
Get right back at him. I've never seen a big city that is so insecure.
I feel like the Brewers fans do it right for the most part, and there certainly will be a Bear still suck chant.
I mean, and there will be L flags flying
and that's what
at
I was
AmFam
going to
Field.
say.
Yeah.
The Brewers' response is the L flag, which to me fits the
It was
setting.
good.
It fits.
Yeah.
It fits what's happening. You guys lost. Caleb Williams and the Bears aren't doing anything. We're not thinking about them right now. We're thinking about what's happening on this field between these two rivals. We could be rivals in more than one thing.
To be honest with you, I always
all
thought
right.
that the Green Bay sucks chant wasn't so much about the team, but it was about the city. I always thought that they were because they're Chicago, right? And there's this prestige associated with Chicago. I thought it was in reference to the actual city of Green Bay, not so much the football team. But again, not really curious enough to go and ask either. So I'll just sit with my illusions.
Is the Green Bay Sucks a response to the Bear Still Sucks song?
Maybe.
I think so.
Because
That's the way I've squared it in my head.
yeah, I mean, I'm certain somebody probably said it before the song, but the chanting of it and sort of the rejoicing and community aspect feels like a response to us all dancing around goofy to the Bears Still Suck.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Cubs fans and White Sox fans, they reached across the aisle and they chanted
did.
together this past weekend. So it's just apparently wherever, a bunch of Chicago people are, they're just going to chant Green Bay sucks. Even they could do it, Hamilton could come to town and they could go to the theater and they'll chant Green Bay sucks. I don't know. This is just what they do now. It's a part of the identity of the city of Chicago.
And I'm going to mention the word demoralized again because we talked about it a little bit yesterday, too, after the Brewers took game 1 of this series. But the Cubs had put together two 10-game win streaks in advance of this series against the Brewers. And the Brewers, they've been winning series, they've been winning games, but they've stumbled a couple of times here or there. The fact that after 2 games head-to-head, the Brewers now find themselves atop the division. I love this headline from The Athletic, which says, Cubs sprint to the top of the NL Central only to hit a Brewer-sized roadblock. Because that's what the Brewers have been for the Cubs, a roadblock. Have the big season, have the win streaks and all of that. But the Brewers team, as Chewy mentioned, is better. And it does feel like they have to do it differently. We have talked about it. But the Cubs spent so much money trying to follow the Dodgers blueprint this offseason. And the Brewers are sitting here just manufacturing aces and putting people into the pitching lab and kicking out these. What was the graphic, Gabe? You were watching the game last night. They had Miz at the top Was it outs by fastballs or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
And then Harrison was 3 down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because then Harrison goes, "Say, by the way, that headline, article, whatever, really missed a good opportunity because it's Milwaukee. It's not a road
Pothole.
It's a pothole." Had a great opportunity to really just connect. Here's some of the.
Gabe, can you say that in baseball?
What?
Can you say that in baseball though? I mean, like I look, I equate everything to football, but over the last couple of years, Philly is better than Green Bay.
Sure.
You could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do this in baseball because it's 162?
No, you can. I mean, you can tell that teams are. Again, it's when you watch that Dodgers Brewers series last year in the playoffs. It's like, oh yeah, that team's just look at all these pitchers these guys are running out, and it's, by the way, on track to happen again this year with the Dodgers because Glass now is hurt, Snell's hurt, and they're going to come back then for the postseason. But that's just. Again, you can tell by just watching and telling how good a team is. It's
okay.
Yeah, you absolutely can do that. I mean, now and the thing about baseball, because it's such a long season, shoot, that can flip itself on its head. Again, the Cubs had the two. The crazy part is they've had 10-game winning streaks. They only have 9 other wins. Those are 2/3 of their wins.
Really.
Yeah.
So there are a plethora of Jacob Miserowski
outside
stats
of the winning streak. They're 9-20
this morning. Jacob Miserowski, the first pitcher in Major League Baseball history to have 5 straight starts of 8 or more strikeouts and no extra base hits allowed. He hasn't allowed an extra base hit in a month and 5 days. Struck out 44 batters in that time. That from Kurt. Is it Hogue?
Hogg, right?
Kurt Hogg.
Yep.
Is that over at the Journal Sentinel?
Yes.
Jacob Miserowski threw 10 starts this season. This from MLB. 1.89 ERA, which is good for third in the National League, and .88 WHIP, which is tied for second in the National League, and 88 strikeouts, which, as we all know, is first in Major League Baseball, which, by the way, feels like he is trending towards that Cy Young conversation. Again, it is early. Want to be clear on that, Joshy?
Looked at the numbers yesterday. We were doing some talk in the ESPN Milwaukee group chat, and Miz was plus 800 before yesterday's start. Do you want to guess what he is today, Gabe?
After that start yesterday, I'll say it has dropped to 600.
Plus 500.
Ooh.
So he, in one of those starts
What is Skeens?
I'll have to look that up. It's still pretty good there. But if I remember correctly, someone in the room with you over there placed a bet. A similar bet. What'd you get it at, Jen?
Plus 1,800.
Oh, do you know that for sure?
100%.
What? But where's the ticket?
Oh, I found it.
Oh, okay.
Is it in our safe?
I found it. I put it in the safe.
She came in the other day. She's like, for the life of me, I can't find the ticket.
Again, I had a few drinks. It was Mother's Day. I was at Potawatomi. We had dinner at Dream Dance. It was wonderful. But then I had to remember which purse I stashed the Jacob Miserowski Cy Young ticket in.
Oh, can you imagine if
1,800.
that accidentally ended up in like a purse that you donated? Somebody goes to Goodwill and finds a plus 1,800 Ms. Cy Young ticket in it.
Jeez. That was on Mother's Day, by the way. So we're not talking that long ago. So what is that, a week and a half ago?
Well, but again, it goes back to, so you just read off that one. So I'll take your stat and I'll raise you this one, that Miz is the only pitcher in the modern era to have a 4-start span with 30-plus strikeouts, 0 runs allowed, and 0 extra base hits allowed.
The only pitcher in the modern era. I mean, this is rare air.
Yeah. So, I mean, this dude is just, the technical baseball term is shoving each and every time that he goes out there.
And again, I know that Brewers fans are going to be biased to their home team, but it does make me curious, if you could spend all that money, if you could spend more money, which model would you like to follow? The spend more money model, or the let's just develop another arm?
If I've got Dodger money, I'll spend the Dodger
Dave's
money.
like, why not both?
Yeah,
I can just buy Miz when he becomes available.
Yeah, I don't have to develop him.
Well, this just took a turn. Don't say the quiet part out loud, Joshy. Good Lord.
I mean, and we never want to give the Dodgers too much credit here, but they've done a really good job of bringing up prospects as well.
Oh, yeah.
There was a while where they were just flipping those prospects for actual talent. It's not like they're just simply paying for people, which they are doing largely more than anyone else.
2/3 of the roster.
Right. But they're bringing up top talent pretty regularly for like the past decade. Some of those guys fizzle out and some of them end up being like great players. That's sort of exactly what you want. I'd prefer if they didn't spend every dollar and sign every player, but
That's just what it is right now.
Yeah, but in terms of would I rather be the Brewers or the Cubs? I'd rather be the Brewers.
Yes.
Because the Cubs are spending, obviously we just mentioned they're spending a ton more than the Brewers, but they're not spending Dodger money, and they're kind of now in no man's land.
Yeah, to me, there'd be no greater hell than being the Mets or the Cubs. We spend all the money, and we get nothing for it. We got these scrappy guys over here now. What is it, half of the salary nearly?
Well, good point, because I just checked the standings in the NL East, and the Mets are in dead last.
Yeah.
By a wide margin.
It's been a comedy of errors.
And to quote Chewy over there, it's May. It's May. 11 and a half games back in. It's May.
For the Mets, it's September.
Let me ask you this, though. Gabe, is the bottom of the order a concern? Wow.
I mean,
I barely got the question out.
It's not great, Chew. I'm not. So I guess with the bottom of the order, I like what Hamilton has brought in terms of being that utility guy. I think he's somebody you can start every once in a while. I mean, he's obviously very much a Murph guy. The way he's able to bunt, steal bases, create havoc on the base paths. Like, he is, to me, like that perfect utility guy that you could bring in big games as a pinch runner, defense replacement, things like that. As far as Joey, Rengifo, I mean, that's not good enough. The good news is the Brewers do have prospects in the minor leagues that are raking right now. So I'm curious to see, because the thing is, you're not going to just call up Cooper Pratt. Oh, let's see how he does for 2 weeks, right? Like that's not going to be, when they call up Cooper Pratt, they want him to be an everyday guy, just like they did with Jackson. When they called up Jackson Chourio for opening day 2 years ago. And he's going to be an everyday outfielder. And there's still going to be some ups and downs, even with Pratt, because you got to learn the ropes. It's the same for any rookie in any sport, right? Like there's just, there's stuff you don't know until you get to that level. I'm curious to see how much more patience they're going to have with Rengifo and Ortiz, with the way that some guys are swinging it specifically in AAA. And the thing is, like, if they call up Cooper Pratt, Jesus Mate just hit another walk-off last night. He's raking in AA, so he would be ready to backfill that stuff in AAA. So they've got prospects, they've got options, or if they don't want to do that, as we get closer to the trade deadline, they do have a plethora of prospects that if there's a big bat, if there's somebody they can add to that left side, maybe they dip into that and do something they haven't done in a couple of years in terms of a big acquisition at the deadline.
Let me point to Miz again before we move on here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, okay? With what the Miz has been doing, do you change the ceiling of this team in October? Or did you come into this season believing that what he is doing right now is what was expected, and does your expectations stay the same? Because I got to be honest with you, the more success the Miz has, the more success the Brewers, I believe, will have in October. So for me, it's like I've been saying all along, like I want to see this team, obviously, in the World Series, no questions asked. But to me, it feels like, can they take that next step just on his shoulders alone, Gabe?
No, not as one starting pitcher. You need more. Because at most, I mean, in a 5-game series, he's only going to pitch twice. He'll probably only pitch twice in a 7-game series as well. Because gone are the days where you're going to, especially with a young guy like him, kind of go, oh, it's a 7-game series. Our ace is going to start game 1, game 4, game 7, on short rest. We don't care. A lot of teams don't really do that anymore. So he's only going to pitch twice in that series. And he's got to be, he's probably going to be going up against another really good guy. And it kind of becomes a coin flip. Yes, he's really good. But you need to fill in more behind that. We just talked about the Dodgers, Glasnow, Snell, all these guys that they're running out there, and that's a big reason why they were successful. So it's not just about Miz. It's, can Kyle Harrison keep it rolling? What's Woody going to look like when he's healthy? So in order to have that ultimate success of going to a World Series, the starting pitching, which is really good right now, still needs to continue to show that they're one of the elite staffs in baseball.
800-990-3776 if you want to weigh in on the Brewers' success. Again, it must be so demoralizing to be a Cubs fan this morning, to know that your team has spent and spent and spent, and we said to the tune of $220 million in the offseason, $90 million more than the Milwaukee Brewers, and yet the Brewers go in there and take Game 1 with authority and take Game 2 last night definitively. 800-990-3776 if you are celebrating, if you have a little Schartenfarter this morning as you watch the Brewers win the series.
Just a little note, in terms, Kim, because you were wondering what it's like to wake up Cubs fan today. I've got a source close to the ESPN 1000 morning show saying that Cap did have a meltdown this morning. So some Cubs fans are melting down.
I knew
what
things
else is new?
I knew things were dire when I saw him yesterday handwriting down the lineup he wanted Craig Counsell to run out before yesterday's game. That's searching.
Just saying. Just saying. There is some melting down going over what's happened over the last 2 days at Wrigley in Chicago.
At some point, and I'm glad you brought that up because we barely mention counts on this show. It's sort of an afterthought at this point. But man, all those people who were so bitter and angry about him leaving for Chicago, is that pretty much gone now?
No, I still chuckle to myself every time I see his disappointed ass on my television.
Yesterday it was the when they challenged. They were thinking about challenging. He puts the hand up, and then he realizes, no, okay, no, it's a challenge.
He just really he doesn't look happy.
No.
He just every time he's on television, he looks miserable.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of his face. But the other part of it is it's now for me, it's transformed into you left us and you thought you could do better. But now it's like we're shoving it in your face.
Turns out we did better.
We're rubbing your face in it now. That's what the booing is. I'm not so upset that he's gone as much as it is you reap what you sow. And look at it now.
Yeah, Josh, you just got 2 words for him.
Suck it.
Got to take a break here on Jenny Gabe and Chewy before things go completely off the rails. We do have Adam Schefter this morning. Going to talk a little bit about this international game situation that the NFL finds itself in, or I guess brought upon itself. That's coming up on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Tony Wendorf and Associates, Keller Williams. They believe in the human side of real estate, faith, family, friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so their clients win, no matter if it's buying or selling. So get started today. Find out more, wendorfteam.kw.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Still dealing with an accident on 41 northbound at Hampton. It's off on the right shoulder. We're seeing delays, though, from about Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh, back on the brakes from Capitol up to Hampton. On the southbound side, delays just south of Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. We've got eastbound 94 hitting the brakes right about at Hawley Road all the way to 35th, westbound from 35th Street out past Hawley Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cooler, a high of 54 at the lake, 60 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Empower. Katie got a VIP box for the postseason. She worked with Empower to help her get good at money so she can be a little bad. She planned well and was able to bring the whole family.
Who wants homemade egg salad sandwiches?
Even Beth.
Horseradish? Anyone? How about some tuna on rye?
Aw, strike 3, Beth. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can just save yourself so much time by going, okay, we like this guy, this guy, this guy. Let's take a look at all the different things he did at the combine. I just hit my phone, and now my hand is just tingling.
What is with you two today? Jesus. Do you know how to function?
I just like...
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank helps guide you every step of the way. We have relied on the guidance of Great Midwest Bank for all of our mortgage needs. And that's how I know that you can get fast and flexible mortgage pre-approval straight from Great Midwest Bank's flexible and knowledgeable, and most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, you can bank with confidence. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. It's greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. Talking about the Milwaukee Brewers with a chance to sweep the Cubs today, and it does feel like the NL Central has already made the shift, right? I'm seeing all these people out there who are talking about, is this the shift in the NL Central? What shift? Because the Cubs have been in first place in the division for the last month and a half. I mean, like, the shift to me has already taken place. The fact that the Brewers have won the division as many years in a row as they have. The fact that Murph is the 2-time National League Manager of the Year back-to-back. Like, to me, I guess this conversation only comes up, guys, Chew, and I'll go to you first here, because every year when the pundits do their predictions about how the baseball season might shake out, the Brewers are still seemingly an afterthought. But the shift has happened, hasn't it?
Yeah, it kind of feels like the Packers of, the mid-Rodgers where they're winning it year in and year out. It kind of been that way. But this year's still kind of tight. I mean, St. Louis in second, Chicago there. I mean, Pittsburgh's only 5 out, which I think they'll drop off. But normally it's like Pittsburgh's already 11 out. And I'm not saying that they're going to climb and win the division, but it'll certainly make it competitive when they play them. It's early.
100%.
It's early to start crowning them.
Oh, because the Brewers could lose today, win the series, and then the Cubs are right back in first place. Like, the Brewers aren't going to be in first place in the division from here to the rest of the year.
I don't see it really as any different just watching these two games. It's just, I think it's pretty clear that, and don't forget, they're playing without their second best pitcher. They're just better.
Yeah.
So it does kind of feel like the same old song and dance.
Sure. But again, it's like the first thing you said, yes, it's May, it's early. Like I typically, again, don't try to look at standings until you hit Memorial Day, which is coming up on Monday. Then you kind of take a look again on the 4th of July. Like, it is a marathon. Like, we still have a long ways to go in this thing, and there's going to be more ups and downs, and there's going to be the roller coaster ride. Doesn't mean we can't enjoy what's happened the last 2 days.
Well, that's what I would argue is, like, I like the dopamine hit that comes from popping open the MLB app and seeing the Brewers atop the division. So sue me.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, the Brewers could lose today or go on a 3-game losing streak, and the Cubs, it's going to be a battle back and forth, and that's what's going to make nights like the last two fun. That's what's going to make when they come here next month fun at American Family Field, because it's going to be a battle back and forth between these two.
It was so shocking to us when I think it was a national publication that said it didn't like this lineup. How can this lineup's first 5 or 6 is one of the best? Well, and they're really, really good. That's why the bottom is so concerning when we do get to the playoffs, but I have full confidence in this organization to do something about it.
Because, Chewy, the reason is, like, models, maybe some will predict for someone like Jackson Chourio, who's only 22 years old and has done things that we haven't seen 20-year-olds do in back-to-back 2020 seasons. And they're not, is he going to take a big leap? I mean, he's kind of taken a step forward, in a small sample size for him because he missed the first month. They weren't expecting Bryce Terang to continue. Those predictive models looked at what Bryce Terang did last year offensively, like, oh, he's not going to continue to get better. Despite people within baseball, like players on the WBC team for Team USA saying, oh, this dude's the next star. This dude's the next stud. And we're continuing to see that. Nobody saw Jake Bauers doing what he's doing coming. He has taken, Jake Bauers is going to set career highs in every single statistical category this year. He's already matched his home runs from last year, just like Miz, by the way, has already passed his strikeouts from last year. And yes, we are only in May. And they're going to sprint past numbers, and for whatever reason, those predictive models just don't see the leaps that Brewers players like Kyle Harrison end up making.
And if you missed our conversation yesterday with Jeff Levering, we did talk about Bauers specifically and why he seems to be having the year he's having after, I wouldn't say struggling, but just clearly he's taken a step. And he talked to us about that. I highly encourage you to check that out on the ESPN Wisconsin app. All right, got to take a break. We have Adam Schefter coming up next, and I do want to talk to him about this it's not even a proposal. They pushed it through yesterday about expanding the international footprint for the NFL. We'll talk to Adam Schefter about that and more right after this.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Things are slowing down a bit on westbound 94, starting from just west of 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound, you got backups right past Highway F to Springdale, and then back on the brakes from 70th Street all the way through to 35th. We've got an accident on northbound 94's collector ramp at Layton Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked, so heads up with that. Beyond that, though, we do have on and off the brakes kind of a thing on northbound 4394 around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue, and westbound 894 backing up out of the 27th Street interchange all the way past Loomis to about 51st. Rates change, needs change. Great Midwest Bank can help you explore a refinance that better fits where you are today. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your equal housing lender. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cooler, a high of 54 at the lake, 60 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. Weather is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Smalls here. Look, in sports, the best teams know when to make their move, and Sherwin-Williams is making theirs with their Memorial Day sale. We're talking 30% off paints and stains May 15th through the 28th. You know, I've been looking at these studio walls, and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a little more red in here. Just get that Cardinal spirit going. Definitely like that. Order online and get everything delivered right to your door or swing by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Could you do 50 straight days of burgers?
That was very condescending. I just
No,
want to be
no,
clear
that's
on
not.
the tone.
Let's put our heads together.
Again, I have children. I know condescending when I hear it.
I can be. Come on.
On 94.5 ESPN. Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you got more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move, and he was the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And Joshy's biggest fan.
It's nice to see Josh at the big boy table. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, Josh.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union.
Adam Schefter is brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Just like the moves made in the pros, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Keller Williams helps people make their own big moves every day. Trusted, knowledgeable, superior service. They're the real estate MVPs of Wisconsin. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, you can make the move and get in touch with Tony Wendorf and Associates. Good morning, Adam Schefter. How are you on this fine Wednesday?
Morning, everybody. It's a nice time of the year. Memorial Day weekend, quiet in the football world. Nice. We like this.
Well, there was some news. The NFL decided to sort of expand its international footprint, and this provision... Look, Twitter is not always, the definitive opinion of the masses. But this idea that now teams cannot protect certain rivalries, certain games from being sent internationally seems to have gotten universal pushback from fans who don't want to see games like Bears-Packers, like Eagles-Cowboys being sent over to Europe or wherever. What's your reaction to this update in the NFL?
I think we're in a situation here where everything just seems to be drifting more and more international. So we're seeing more and more games. We're seeing better matchups. We may one day see an expansion team. We may one day see an expansion division, an international division. We may one day see an international super. This is just where the league is going. And it may take a little longer to get there. But it doesn't mean that the league won't get there. And I understand that people would be hesitant, reticent about sending some of these top games there. But this is just the way of the world. And the league is always going to do what the league believes is best and what is going to raise the most money.
Are they getting a little too out of control when it comes to this, Adam, with all the streaming platforms and they're ticking fans off? What do they say? Hogs get fat, pigs get slaughtered. I mean, don't they need to just
is it vice versa?
I was
the other way
going
around.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't they need to pump the brakes a little bit? Because it is frustrating. Like, what's the game on tonight? Oh, it's on Ishnay Live. Oh, great. I don't have it. I'm sure the announcers are going to be wonderful. I mean, are they getting too big? I mean, I just got done watching the Hulk Hogan documentary, and I actually wanted to vomit. On how big of a narcissist he was. I'm like, geez, let it go. I mean, why are you laughing?
I just want to try to follow. Is the NFL the narcissist in this?
Yes,
okay,
the NFL.
Yes. Great.
In this comparison,
Great.
Hulk Hogan is the NFL.
Great,
yes.
terrific. Okay. Continue.
I mean, when does it stop? Or will it ever stop?
Yeah, NFL gets fat. Hulk Hogan gets slaughtered. That's what you.
No, that's Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. Look, it is a business. I mean, there are people that feel that way. It's undeniable. And I think you have to be careful with your fans. I think that they tell you that they're being careful, but if you're taking Bears and Packers and putting that in Germany or whatever it may be, or Ireland, like, is that being careful? I don't know. Like, Ireland might go nuts for that game, and the fans are going to watch it anyway. And what's the difference if it's not here? It's a fine line to walk. They're trying to walk it. They're trying to figure it out on their own. I understand your point. Like, the NBA playoffs this postseason, in all honesty, it's been annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where is the on? I can never feel like like it used to be. I just put on. It was on TNT or ESPN. Period. Right? Like it was going to be on that channel or this. It's like, where is it going to be? Do I have to put my Apple TV on? Do I have to stream over to that? Do I have to like? And maybe it's just that I'm old and not as technologically savvy and adept as people younger than. That's fine. But it just seemed like I could never figure it out. I think with the NFL, at least, well, there's been some consistency with broadcasting. We know Thursday nights it's on Amazon. You just know that. You know, Sundays it's going to be on BS and Fox and NBC that night. And Monday night it's going to be on ESPN and ABC. Okay, now I don't know where all these holiday games are going to be, and that gets annoying those one days. But okay, I'll check. That's the price they have to pay to make the hundreds of millions of dollars, billions that they are right now. I don't know. It's the way of the world.
Mm-hmm. Adam Schefter, brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Keller Williams, they believe in the human side of real estate. Faith, family, friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, communicate clearly so their clients win. Get started today, wendorfteam.kw.com. So, Schefty, I know it's the goal for the league. They want to get up to 16 international games, right? That's the goal. So is it just going to be as simple as adding one each and every year until they get to that?
I don't know if it's going to be that symmetrical, but I just think that we're going to get to the point in the CBA where I think we'll get to 18 games despite Chewy's protests. I think we'll get there. I think once we get there, I think every team will be playing an international game, and then it's pretty easy to come up with 16 international games. Oh wait, hold on. 32 teams, 16. Oh, that would mean one per team. Whoa, look at that.
It's crazy how that math works out, man.
And I think I saw Japan being mentioned as well, guys. When they were talking
they're
about
going to expand all over the place. Yeah, of course. Why not? I mean, they're in Australia. Why not Japan? I mean, that's kind of they're taking over Europe. They continue to expand in Europe in order to get to 16. Jen, I think that makes a ton of sense.
But Adam,
with these flights to the moon, I would imagine we'll get an NFL game on the moon one day.
Maybe
through SpaceX.
Oh man, do you imagine the field goals, Adam? The field goals in zero gravity? I mean, breaking all sorts of records up there.
But let me ask you this, Adam. With obviously they want to make money. Everyone wants money. Why is there no talk of expansion? And do you think this talent pool could handle expansion? Like adding 2 more teams. I mean, that'd bring a lot more revenue to the league. There are some cities that could probably handle it. I know they always worry about talent pool in diluting that, but I think they could.
I haven't asked around about this to have authoritative, knowledgeable, informative answers. But just off the top of my head, no, I have not heard any talk of expansion. I have heard one day down the line, way down the line, maybe there could be an international division, like a pipe dream. There's no movement towards it right now, but just ideas of people. Like we get an international division, 4 teams. That would be interesting, where you could put a team in London and Spain and Germany and France and whatever, have an international division. No, you don't hear expansion the way you do in NBA, NHL, baseball. I think maybe it's just they're pretty set up right now. It's pretty balanced. 16 teams in each conference, 4 teams in each division. Maybe they don't want to be disruptive to that. But if we go back, like the league has always adapted, adjusted, and conformed to what it needed to do to make sure that it operated and functioned at an effective level. I don't know why they couldn't do it again, but I have not heard any talk about expansion.
Well, as we guys continue to talk about the business of the NFLs, that's the way this conversation has gone. With the idea of, okay, the NFL, they want to expand, they want to get bigger. Is there any end in sight? Do they look at them not getting, or the Seahawks not getting what they initially thought in terms of the bids in for that franchise as a warning sign, or is that just kind of isolated? Here are the factors into why they're not getting $11 billion. I mean, we're still talking about $9 billion, right? Like, it's not like it's cheap to buy into the NFL, but still it's $2 billion less than they were initially anticipating for the initial bids for the Seahawks.
Washington sold a few years ago for $6.05 billion. So they could set the price at whatever they want. If they got 9, and I still think they'll get 10 in the end. Okay? I still think they'll get 10 in the end. But if they got 9, let's just use your number there for a moment, Gabe. That means, essentially, that the price of the Washington franchise will have increased by about 50% over the last 3 or 4 years to another $3 billion. Okay? That is obscene. Okay? So they may get, I still think they'll get $10 billion for the Seahawks. Cry me a river that they're only going to get $9 billion instead. I mean, give me a break. Like, the value of these franchises has gone crazy. Crazy. No matter what they get for the Seahawks. It could be $7 billion.
Yeah.
And that would still be a 17% rise on $6 billion over 3 years, whatever it's been since the Commanders were purchased. I mean, come on.
Smart 18 is the union for Wisconsin's sheet metal workers. If you want to learn more and build a real career in the trades, this is where it starts. Better pay, incredible benefits, real training, real representation. It isn't just a job, it's a future. Learn more at smart18.work. Adam, how do you think the quarterback situation shakes out in Minnesota? I've seen a lot of pub on Kyler Murray. Do you think he is the guy who gets the job?
You know, what's interesting is I said this week on NFL Live, I talked about the fact that they have said, the team has said it's an open competition and that a lot of people believe Kyler Murray will win. That's basically what I said. And I can't believe how many people have come out and said, of course Kyler's winning. Like, it's a no-brainer. And by the way, that may be the case. I'm not going to be surprised if he wins the job. But the amount of people have just basically dismissed J.J. McCarthy and counted him out of that's eye-opening to me. Like that, I'm like, wow. Like, the guy came in a couple of years ago as a first-round draft pick, high hopes, and at times has looked good. Now, I know it's been up and down, rocky, injuries, all that. But I just can't believe the number of people that are ready to just hand the job to Kyler Murray, which they may be right, by the way. I'm not saying they're wrong, but it just surprised me that everybody thinks this is like a slam-dunk deal, just like when the Colts signed Daniel Jones, when they had Anthony Richardson in place, and Daniel Jones won the job and was going to win the job from the jump. You know, it just feels like that may be the case in Minnesota, but I'm surprised that so many people are just counting out J.J. McCarthy.
Adam, is Brian Flores, who's considered one of the best D coordinators in the league, is his lawsuit hurting him when it comes to getting another head coaching gig?
You know, hurting him. I don't I don't know that, you. Like, he's gotten interviews. He's been in the mix. He was a finalist here in Pittsburgh. Did he not get the job because he's suing the league? I don't know that, but I'm a little skeptical of that. Maybe he doesn't get as many interviews as some other people because of that. But if there's a team that meets him, likes him, and is impressed by him, I think the team's going to hire him.
All right, Schefty, it's a holiday weekend coming up. Monday off for so many people. You usually are working a lot of holidays because, well, that's during the NFL season. So what does Adam Schefter do with a 3-day weekend?
I have a buddy from college. His daughter's getting married in Chicago, so I have to go to Chicago for a night. So that'll be nice. Hang out, spend time with the family, sleep in, work out, eat, watch basketball, watch golf, pick my golfer this weekend, Gabe. Same kind of stuff. Play with the dogs, take them on walks. Same stuff that everybody else does. Nothing unique or extraordinary.
Are you making any of the food, or are you just enjoying the food?
We've been without a kitchen for 5 months. We had a leak in our kitchen. Air it up. and it was supposed to be done by Memorial Day, which would be this weekend.
Yep.
It's not done. It's not done. So we're
well. Have you ever worked with a contractor before?
Easy. You're going to take out a sponsor.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Generally speaking, it goes longer than anticipated. That's just kind of you just lock yourself in for that.
Right. They started like January 1st. I thought, okay, they got to dig up the floors, replace the piping, you know. So my wife used it up. We're going to reduce some of the cabinets. Okay, all that. Okay. Memorial Day, generously, like that's 5 months. Like that. We should be done. They said, no, it'll take 3-4 months. I'm like, okay, Labor Day.
All I'll say is that when we moved into our house here in Wisconsin, we also had to do some significant work on the home. And I was pregnant with our youngest. And I said, I don't care what happens. This work needs to be done before I bring this child into the world, right? What we're not having is construction continuing to go on when I have a newborn at home. And she was born in November, and they were done in February.
Oh.
So...
Not bad.
Not bad, Jewish. No, just 3 months of construction work going on at our house with a newborn. Adam, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Happy weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day with your family, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Enjoy their weekends as well. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
He's Adam Schefter. Love having him here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every Wednesday.
And Schefter brought to us by the Island Resort and Casino. It's a premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee, with everything you like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com and book your total experience today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m., June 15th through the 17th, and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, The Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the night, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. That's GEIS Doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last. Price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So you mentioned Super Bowls and parties and how they don't go hand in hand, which again is an absurd comment by you two, but it's just one of many on the show.
Dumber thing that Chewy has said this morning. Super Bowls and parties don't go hand in hand, or cheddar is not a top 10 cheese.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is your place to play. You can never miss out on a jackpot because they've got the jackpot amounts on digital billboards all over the casino and, heck, even all around the city. They've got 2,600 slot machines. I stopped over there the other day to play the sports book, make a few bets. I think I told you guys Micah Parsons is like plus 800. Defensive Player of the Year award. That might tickle your fancy. But then I sat down, played a couple slots, walked out of there with $200. If you're not sure where your favorite game is located, the slot attendants there, they are experts on the floor, and they can help you locate it very quickly. Play your way with denominations from 1 cent all the way up to $100 at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. All right, I want to dive a little bit further into this international games thing before we turn it over to the second hour of the show. So is your guys' understanding then that we are, less than a decade away from every single team in the league playing an international game somewhere? I mentioned Japan.
We're 5 years away from that.
Okay, inside a decade, 5 years?
I mean, so this, and the reason why I say that, Jen, is because the CBA expires in 2030. And it'll be part of the new CBA, that you're playing 16 games, everybody gets one game internationally. Like, that along with that's going to be part of whenever they negotiate the 18th game.
Is there going to be a competitive disadvantage too? And I bring this up because you played in Japan, but that was a preseason game, I believe, right? It wasn't a regular season game. And you have talked about how challenging that travel was. Are you going to sit here and go, oh, no, man, we want to play in Ireland? Because at least Ireland is, a reasonable flight from Green Bay, as opposed to if they got you playing in Tokyo or something like that. Like, it does feel like it will be very difficult for the league to make it equitable from team to team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little fair that everyone has to do it now, but yeah, distance will be a problem. And I know it sounds stupid, but I mean, you're talking because you have to practice while you're over there, so you got to bring all probably, what do they have, 80, 90 guys on a roster now with practice squad, so you got to bring all those guys. I mean, the lay flats are nice, but as a player, you're not getting a lay flat. You might get 2 sleeps. So if you've got to take a 18-hour flight, which Japan was long, it was like 16, 17 hours, I wound up sleeping in the bulkhead. It stinks. It's terrible. So from that aspect, I mean, you're right. Ireland's not too bad of a trip, but
London, all of a sudden I'm going, please give me Europe.
Well, again, there's a reason why the Melbourne game is Rams-Niners, right? It wasn't ever going to be Giants-Eagles, that have to fly across the country and then fly over the Pacific.
But as long as they're if you have to go to Australia 1 year, then you should be able to go to Mexico City or something the next, something not very far. So, but are you guys with me on just the league is getting so out of control in what they're doing?
Yeah. True. I'm right there with you, but I think their mentality is we don't care. People are still going to watch. They're going to show up.
Care.
Yeah. You're going to complain that we put Packers-Bears on Peacock. Guess what? Peacock did record numbers for the Packers-Bears playoff game. They did not care.
Well, and I don't even care so much. I know, Chewy, this is your old man yells at cloud thing about where the games are. I can figure out how to watch the games, even if it's on a streaming service that we don't have, which it would be the first. Whatever streaming service we don't have would be the first streaming service that we don't have. But I do care about a game like Bears-Packers being shipped over to London. I do care. And I know he mentioned Germany. We got a huge German population here in Wisconsin. Same in Chicago. I'm sure that, Germans would be very excited to be able to watch Bears-Packers. But I still think that some of those games, because they have reached a certain level of rivalry and prestige, and there is an insatiable attention for them, they should be played in the home stadiums. And that's probably about as old school as I'm going to get on this thing, right? Put Bears-Packers on Peacock. Fine. Put Bears-Packers in Germany.
They don't care. You're still going to wake up and watch it at 9:30.
I know. And that's, to be honest with you, that's what fans have to come to grips with is you may feel very, very strongly about these things. They do not care because they know you're addicted to their product and you're going to do whatever you need to do to get your fix.
Yes. Their mentality is, okay, you're mad. What are you going to do? Not watch? Not gamble? Not set your fantasy lineup this week? No, you're going to be mad. You're going to yell into the ether. And then at 9:30 in the morning, you're going to tune into the NFL Network and watch Bears-Packers if they're playing in Germany. That's the reality of the situation. It stinks, but that's the reality of the situation.
So when Chewy is sitting here talking about the greed of the NFL, we can all agree that it exists, but the NFL is sitting here saying, so we have no direct competitor. We have nobody that is going to take the eyeballs away.
What the union has is two poker chips. You have the international games, and you have the 18th game to say no to. And no, we want purple Gatorade on the sidelines if we're going to give you an international game. That's what we want.
But that is Chewy's J.C. Treader impression for everybody who's not paying attention.
Yeah. The international games don't have to be collectively bargained. This wasn't collectively bargained. The owners just decided we're adding another international game.
Well, then just don't show up. We'll show them.
Then you don't get paid.
What would they do then, Gabe?
Then they don't get paid, and they'll replace you with somebody who will get paid.
Okay, fair.
Second hour of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy ready for this. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
On 94, the earlier accident that had the two lanes blocked is gone. We do still have this crash northbound 94 at the collector ramp at Layton Avenue. It's got the right shoulder blocked. So as far as delays are concerned, we got northbound backing up between Drexel and just north of Rawson, and then more delays heading into the Mitchell interchange. As a matter of fact, it's going to be heavy swinging westbound all the way on to 894 westbound. We do have that crash that's off on the left shoulder now, right about at 27th Street. Southbound heading out of the Mitchell interchange, we do have delays from Layton Avenue down past the airport spur. Northbound on 4394, backing up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way past Oklahoma Avenue. Back on the brakes from Beecher all the way to the base of the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cooler, a high of 54 at the lake, 60 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
We talked a little bit about this yesterday as Aaron Rodgers announced he will, in fact, well, he didn't announce. Let me be clear, okay? You got to be very careful what you say about Aaron Rodgers because all of a sudden that'll be interpreted as a blatant lie when it was just a misspeak. It was announced that Aaron Rodgers will be back with the Steelers this year, reuniting him with Mike McCarthy, obviously his coach during his Packers years. So it's interesting how people are approaching this. I'm sure you all saw Mike Wilbon, who was like, Aaron Rodgers isn't relevant. Like, we're talking about this nonstop, but Aaron Rodgers isn't relevant anymore. That is one take. And then there is this from Adam Schefter, who I believe is a big Rodgers fan. I believe he really likes Rodgers, and I don't know if there's something written in the contract where if you really like Rodgers, you have to dislike Jordan Love, because that seems to be the position he has taken time in and time out. Let's hear from Adam Schefter on his radio show about the Rodgers-McCarthy reunion.
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers with the old Green Bay coach, has a street named after, by the way, in case Packer fans forgot, and it sounds like a lot of you did. I think the Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, monitoring the win total, is going to be a real fun thing this year. Both play in very tough divisions. Very tough divisions. Obviously, you can make the case that the AFC North, a little easier because of Cleveland, even though I think that Cleveland has a terrific defense, and they've improved in a lot of areas too. But I firmly believe that you will see Aaron Rodgers and you will see Mike McCarthy have more wins this year than Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur.
Chew, your reaction to Adam Schefter's declaration.
An idiot. I'm sure he forgot that Aaron Rodgers was very instrumental in getting Mike McCarthy fired in Green Bay. And the only reason he's back is because there's nothing better. And these coaches, I'm telling you, they get a little nutso because who's the backup quarterback there from Ohio State?
Will Howard.
All right, with Will Howard, they're going what? 6-12, and then all of a sudden McCarthy starts to panic a little bit, and Pittsburgh's like Green Bay; they're not going to tolerate it for long, so they kind of have to work. But who's on their roster offensively? Who?
Well, so
they got rid of Pickens.
Yeah, but they have DK, and then they added Michael Pittman this offseason. So their wide receiving core is better than it was a year ago.
But they're still in that division. I haven't looked at the schedule.
But here's the thing. Like, I don't know, that division's actually not that good. Cincinnati's not actually good. I don't know why they keep getting credit for being good because they went to a Super Bowl 5 years ago. But yeah. Cincinnati's not actually good. And by the way, the Ravens were so bad last
really
year,
good, though,
they got rid of a potential Hall of Fame coach. So comparing the AFC North and the NFC North is insane to me. And the other thing, again, about Schefter is he's been wrong about Jordan Love just about every year. So I'm glad he said this because that means Jordan Love's going to have a good season. Whatever Adam Schefter says about Jordan Love, you take the opposite because that's exactly how it's played out over the last 3 years.
Is head-to-head record the best indicator of which is a better duo, who has a better team? I don't know that it is. I don't know if comping what the Steelers do in the AFC against their division versus what Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur do against the NFC North and the rest of the NFC is the best comp. Oh, well, we have more wins, right? Okay, but do you make a deep playoff run? Like, how do you do in the postseason? Where you end up at the end of the season might be a better comp than, and again, I know that might be wins at the end of the day, but what I can't help but think when I hear Schefter say this is, guys, this is an opinion rooted in story versus reality. Because Aaron Rodgers is still an aging quarterback. And again, he reminded us that Mike McCarthy has a street named after him. Did someone remind him that Aaron Rodgers was responsible, or at least in part responsible, for Mike McCarthy being fired? Now, we all believe that they have mended those fences, right? Because they wouldn't be able to step into this space together had they not. But things weren't all great. It wasn't all rainbows and butterflies between Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy the first time around. As I said yesterday on the show, guys, I do think that Rodgers has evolved. I think he's matured. I think he sort of realized the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and he knows that Mike is a good coach who probably will give him a good opportunity to be successful. But there is also nothing that tells me that Jordan Love won't continue to ascend, and that Matt LaFleur, with his going back to the drawing board, going back to basics, Gabe, won't also be more successful this year. The only thing I would say that keeps them from having maybe a better record is, again, that they play in a very tough division. The NFC North is going to be tough.
Well, I think the NFC just in general is better than the AFC. So that's part of it. But I mean, whatever sports book you want to use, go over and take a look at Potawatomi. Take a look at Super Bowl favorites. We talked about this earlier in the week. Packers, what, 6th, 7th? We didn't talk about the Steelers. Steelers aren't looked at in that way, other than in the mind of Adam Schefter. Like the people who build the biggest buildings and continue to add to them in casinos are telling us that the Steelers are not as good as the Green Bay Packers.
Coupled with that, who's thought of as a better coach? And I love Mike to death, but who's a better coach, Tomlin or Mike McCarthy?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask LaFleur.
Tomlin's a better coach. Tomlin's probably a Hall of Fame coach. Some of those teams that had no talent and he makes play. I mean, I'm looking at their schedule right now. I
mean, they went head-to-head in the Super Bowl, and one of them won. The other one did not.
It's a great point by you, Gabe.
I can find 8 losses, and it's not real hard to find 8.
Do you guys recall in Jordan Love's first offseason as he was about to transition to become the Packers starting coach? Do you remember starting quarterback? Do you remember what Adam Schefter said? Because I have it here if you want to take a listen.
Yeah. This is what I mean.
This is
what Gabe is referring to when he talks about Adam Schefter's
This is
track
from
record.
August 24th of 2023.
Okay.
How about in the NFC? The Green Bay Packers offense is going to be fine with Jordan Love. I loathe Love. Despise Love. I mean, everyone looks great during preseason practices, except apparently for Jordan Love, who by his own admission has struggled. And you have players on defense calling out the offense. And just take a look at these notes, according to Matt Schneidman, from his piece in The Athletic. I mean, this is a flat-out debacle. It's also predictable because Jordan Love can't play football. Simple as that. You have Rasul Douglas. He's talking all sorts of smack to Aaron Jones, saying, you guys bleeping stink. Jones is livid, and then acknowledges the offense is terrible. Defensive players are calling out the offense. Jordan Love can't do a damn thing. Last night must have been hell for the fans of the Green Bay Packers who had to see Aaron Rodgers on the Jets sideline. Oh, by the way, big dog Mercedes Lewis just signed with the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a predictable disaster with Jordan Love in Green Bay.
We got a big dog reference at the end? Packers are going to stink because Big Dog went to Chicago?
Adam Schefter has this undeniable thing, and you can hear it in some of the content he's done, because this is the second time he's talked about the Packers in like a matter of days, and it's all been on the negative, where the longer his take goes, the less you can tell he believes what he's saying. What was Mercedes Lewis at 38 years old going to be doing with the Chicago Bears? He caught like 3 passes
that's what I was
that
gonna
year.
Say, what was he going to be doing with the Packers in 2025?
Same thing, catching 3 passes.
In 2025, Jordan Love outperformed Aaron Rodgers in passing efficiency, yards per attempt, and overall record. Now, again, I know it's cherry-picking stats, but I don't know how anybody can look at these two quarterbacks at this stage of each of their respective careers and say that Aaron Rodgers is distinctively better than Jordan Love.
But we're falling into his trap because he's a clickbait guy. That's all he is.
Well, we're not clicking. I mean, like, I know people always say that.
Well, we're talking about him.
Okay.
You know, I mean, he's the equivalent of Florio to Rodgers, right? Doesn't Florio hate Rodgers?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You had more denial or suspicion there. He hates him. He's pretty public about it. Him and I are on the same wavelength.
Yeah, maybe this is more like Cowherd and Rodgers, because Cowherd was never a big Rodgers guy. Always talked down about him.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's clickbaity. I mean, Pittsburgh, come on.
Again, here's the thing, Shu, and I want to be clear on this because I do think that there is a part of me that would like to see Rodgers and McCarthy rewrite Act 3, right? I would like to see them have a chance at a quote-unquote happy ending. Just, you know what I mean?
This isn't New England, Jen.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying, right?
Robert Kraft has nothing to do with
the
this.
way things ended.
Although they do play the Patriots.
We're not mature enough
it
for
is
that,
in Miami, so...
All four of us reacted.
As soon as it was out of my mouth, I was like, God bless America. This group can't handle that. We can't move on with any sort of efficiency.
No, you just have to let us you got to let us tell all the jokes. Try to get out of our system, and then maybe we can move on.
Any take, though, that has Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy in the Super Bowl as some sort of rewriting history, as some sort of, they are going to, be able to ride off into the sunset. Because the general thought is that if the Steelers were to win the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers would finally retire. I think is more rooted in nostalgia. And this idea of remember when they were so good together? Remember when Rodgers, the young kid, was holding that Lombardi trophy up there with Clay Matthews by his side, right? And the confetti was falling down. And if these two could somehow recapture that magic, that's what we're doing here, right? We're writing stories, we're telling stories, we're trying to make a movie.
Just think about Aaron last year. I mean, there were times where he was really good. I mean, I think about what they were able to do against the Lions. The fourth quarter he had in their last game of the year. Like, it was vintage Aaron Rodgers. And then you watched him against, one of the best pass rushes in the NFL, and they got decimated in the opening round of the playoffs against Houston. Like, there's still some of that Rodgers magic in there. There's not enough magic to last 17 games. There's just not. He'll pop up. He'll have great games every now and then, but it's just the consistency is so hard to have when you're 43 years old.
Well, and it's not only that. It's the talent around him is very average. Not great.
Yeah. It is an interesting concept. It is an interesting conversation. I do think that anybody who interprets this as disrespectful to Jordan Love isn't just aware of sort of the backstory, which is that Adam Schefter doesn't like Jordan Love, has never liked Jordan Love, and at this point, it's just confirmation bias. At this point, he has to just ride this sucker into the ground, right? Like me and my Tahoe. Just keep it going till the wheels fall off.
But it seems like it's pretty close for you.
Doing a good job, hanging in there. We're almost to 200,000 miles.
Oh,
got a few electrical.
You gonna throw a party?
Few electrical glitches though here, man. I hit the button to try to open up the back, for baseball, softball. It won't budge. It's like nope.
So it's like an old school car. You got to go back there and open it manually.
Kind of like pop on it twice. Say the magic word. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to, including is this going to be a breakout season for wide receiver Matthew Golden? We'll talk about that next.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time because Pella of Wisconsin has 0% financing options available. In Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. We know this. We've lived here forever. But the right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, upgrade your home's look. And that's exactly what happened to me. Brand new front door right before winter hit. Not only did I not feel those drafts come in, the door looks fantastic, and I saw the difference in my energy bills this winter. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and budget, just like they did for me. And with 0% interest, you can upgrade now, pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Get the look you want for your home that you'll love. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 894, right about at the ramp from 27th Street. We've got the left shoulder blocked with a crash. Backups coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to that scene. Northbound 4394 backed up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to Oklahoma Avenue. More delays from Beecher Street to the high-rise bridge. Southbound 43, we got delays from just before Good Hope Road to Bender, and then back on the brakes from Silver Spring all the way to about Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cooler, a high of 54 at the lake, 60 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at brewers.com.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Sushi is more than a meal. It's an art form, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcome with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. Reserve your evening at stkatearts.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Muy bueno. Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Sushi is more than a meal, it's an art, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcomed with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. You can reserve your evening at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com. Pro Football Focus has released its all breakout team. I guess the standard is pretty simple. Players around the league for each team that they think will have a breakout season in 2026. And wouldn't you know it, the second-year player, Matthew Golden, who everybody wanted to see more of in Season 1, is the Packers' breakout talent suggestion. Their candidate, if you will. Gabe, are you as optimistic as Pro Football Focus is that Matthew Golden will be the breakout star of the Packers in 2026?
Damn right I am. Just like Adam Schefter won't let go of the Jordan Love, I'm not letting go of my Matthew Golden stock from a year ago. Because they don't really have any other options. I feel like when he was given the opportunities, and I know Jason always likes to push back on that with the quote that Jordan Love had in the middle of the season, oh, he's running the right routes, he's in the right spots now, all these different things. But, I mean, it looked like he was ready to break out against Cincinnati when he had those 3 catches for 86 yards, and it just seems like the opportunities dried up. Yes, he got injured. Yes, there were those things. But then he had the breakout game in the playoff game. You could see the electric that he has in him in terms of the athleticism, what he can do with the ball in his hands. And I loved what he did at Texas. I think given more opportunities, he is going to have a very good season for the Packers this year.
True.
Well, let me ask you this: who would have been the other candidates, or was this the only candidate there?
Here, I'll give you a few. I got a list here of a few other candidates for 2026 who could be breakout stars, and we can debate whether or not you think they will or they need to be. Lucas Van Ness. Lucas Van Ness, right? Need him to be better than he's been, no question. How about Jordan Morgan?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, I guess, for an offensive lineman because people just don't grind stats on offensive line. But Jordan Morgan probably needs to have a breakout year as we consistently talk about that offensive line needing to take a step, continue to protect Jordan Love. Marshawn Lloyd. Now, again, backup running back, certainly not as important as starting running back, and we believe Josh Jacobs will be carrying the bulk of that load. But what about one of the new cornerbacks, right? We have seen how much they have committed to the cornerback position because they weren't happy with the production from that unit. So could Brandon Cisse be the breakout star of 2026? Those are some other suggestions, some other candidates for the Green Bay Packers. Do any of them, in your mind, have a chance at being the breakout star over Matthew Golden?
I think there's a handful of them, although I think Golden eventually will be. I still think he'll be the third leading receiver on the team. I think I think Kraft and Watson will be close, followed by Golden, and then Reed is kind of a situational player in the slot. But, I mean, it's on him. We'll see the jump. I mean, look at the jump from Miz, his rookie year, to this year. I mean, he exceeded my expectations, Miz. I thought he would eventually get there, but I didn't think he'd get there this quickly. That's kind of what we need Golden to be because, like I've said a million times, your Z receiver in this offense typically catches the most balls. But I don't think that'll be the case this year. I don't think that progression will be as quick. But I can certainly see him 65 to 70 catches, having a real nice year.
Am I dreaming? I would like us to stop and admire and give a round of applause to Chewy for making
a fever dream?
For making the cross-sport reference to baseball instead of making the baseball reference to football.
It's the first time ever this has happened. Every other time he wants to make the cross-sport thing, it's football into something else. We're proud of you, pal.
Yesterday was so peaceful. It was so nice. My wife was in Memphis. I didn't have to talk to you guys. It was 88. It was just luscious. Lush.
We're just proud of you. We want to point out and celebrate your growth, big guy. That's all we're trying to do here.
Who said you can't I lost it
look,
now.
Look,
you can't teach an old dog new tricks. There we go.
None of the listeners believe that. They see it as a shot. Okay? So don't kid a kidder.
You want to put that on Josh. I wanted to celebrate. I almost fell back in my chair. When you said it's almost like, I'm like, okay, where's he going to go? Is he going to be talking about what receiver is he going to compare?
Free.
Matthew, yeah, exactly. Free. Robert Brooks, Devontae Adams, Greg Jennings, Randall, any of these guys. I thought, okay, where's he going to go? When you went to the Miz, that tells you how big Miz is, by the way, guys. That Chew is willing to make a cross-sport reference and bring Brewers and Miz talk into his football talk.
Just for that game, I am not taking my eye drops for the rest of the day.
How does that hurt, Gabe?
I can't see you, man. Like, I feel like you should take the eye drops, for your own personal health.
You got a Quasimodo thing going on over there when you don't take the eye drops. So let's
It
try
was
to
bad.
The bells.
Let's try to continue that for your own sake. What do you think of Brandon Cisse? Could he be the breakout star? I mean, it would be huge if he was, given the situation the Packers find themselves in at cornerback.
Maybe, but the thing is, with Cisse or any of those other corners, they're in a competition. Matthew Golden is not. It's pretty clear what the pecking order is for the Green Bay Packers wide receivers. Like, the top three are going to be Watson, Golden, and Reed. Like that, those are the lion's share of snaps. Yeah, they'll probably sprinkle in some for Savion Williams. Maybe they'll have a gadget player too for Sky Moore. Bo Melton is more of a special teamer, is probably only going to be playing if there happen to be injuries there. But it's for the first time in a long time, a clear pecking order of who those top three are for the Packers. And, maybe, again, some of the other people you brought up, Lucas Van Ness, not really in a competition. He's going to be starting. He should have an impact, especially with no Micah Parsons, Jordan Morgan. But to me, it's Matthew Golden because he's not locked into a competition. There's nothing for him to lose. There's only things for him to gain with the opportunity that's placed in front of him.
Okay, but I want to make sure we're being clear about what the expectations are then, because of the minimal production from Matthew Golden last year, guys, you could almost argue that average production would be, breakout year, right? He improved in all of the statistical categories. I'm not sure that's the way I interpret breakout. Like when I look at breakout, it needs to be somebody who is making a significant impact. It can't just be you improved from year to year. It has to be somebody who is like, when you look at who are the guys we couldn't be winning at this clip without, maybe Matthew Golden will be that. But to your point, guys, Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed, those guys are going to be getting balls too. So I guess I'm struggling with, like, when I interpret breakout year, for me, it isn't just you improved statistically from your previous year to this year. Breakout, it goes to another level. It's like you are one of the guys on this team that they cannot be doing what they're doing without.
Become a star.
But if you talk about Cisse, when's the last time a second-round pick in his rookie year has been a major contributor for the Packers?
But if he wins starting job, and if I'm to believe what I'm reading, Chew, which is that Jonathan Gannon wants this to be a takeaway-heavy team, then he is primed for production, right?
Yeah. But he's got to be better than a Belton because he's the first one that comes to mind who played, okay last year. He didn't play great. You can't just play okay at corner. If you're going to be a starter, you just can't play okay. Well, he was okay. Now you're going to get torched in this league because the receivers are so good. That when you play a team, Belton, he's not always going up against a stud on defense. Some games he may go against, Carter from Philadelphia, but a lot of times he's not going against. When you're playing corner, you're playing a hell of a receiver week in and week out. So especially being in this division, okay just is not good enough. And that's the only reason I say it wouldn't be Cisse. But who knows? Marshawn Lloyd, Josh Jacobs could get dinged up for a good part of the season. He's got to jump in, and he could be like, whoa, all right, this is what we are waiting for. And Van Ness, even though we think he's shown us what he is, maybe there's a little more in the tank that we haven't seen yet.
I think the Packers are expecting that, Chew, because why else would they pick up that fifth-year option for LVN? Why put yourself on the hook unless you think there's more in the tank for him?
Let's narrow it down to 4 before we take a break. Let's narrow it down to 4 so we can throw it up on the Infinity Exteriors Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll, okay? If we're putting Matthew Golden on the list, give me the other 3 that you guys think have a shot at being the breakout star of 2026. Marshawn Lloyd, for me, again, this to me would be because he has done nothing, and again, no disrespect because I understand the injuries have been a major role. If he did something, that would be great, but to me it's not breakout. Like I have a tough time, unless he takes over RB1 because Josh Jacobs is out with an injury, that would be breakout. But it can't just be, well, he's been mildly productive as opposed to completely invisible. He's a breakout star.
So Morgan, Van Ness,
Golden, Cisse.
And who's the 4th?
I like that. I like that.
One more?
Do you like that, Joshy, or you think we're missing somebody?
No, I think that's fine. The only thing I'm debating is Cisse worth putting in here just because his spot's not like a Javon Bullard? Do we think he could be a breakout?
Has Edgerrin Cooper already broken out?
Yes, I think so.
I think in a way, even though he maybe had a step back last season, or at least a step, like he didn't step forward.
Yeah.
I think he could be in the running as well.
Because again, if he takes a step and becomes a Pro Bowl or All-Pro guy.
Right.
Like, that's a pretty significant leap from what he's at.
Notice we're not putting Micah Parsons on this list. Notice we're not putting Tucker Kraft on this list. Those are bona fide stars on this roster. We're talking about people who need to take a step and like you said, become a star. At the end of the year, when we're talking about why the Green Bay Packers have had the success that they've had, we're pointing to this guy, this guy, this guy, and one of these 4 guys. Who is it? We're going to put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. 800-990-3776. I'm curious who you guys think of those 4 players will be the breakout star of the 2026 season. Let us know here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by their lifetime workmanship warranty, infinityexteriors.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, we got some backups before 70th Street all the way through to about 35th. The westbound side backing up just about at 30th all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 dealing with some delays basically from Silver Spring all the way down to about Locust. Northbound's just a little bit backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to North Avenue. 4394 northbound still has the delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. After that, you're good to go pretty much all the way to the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cooler, a high of 54 at the lake, 60 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Commercial payments at Fifth Third Bank combine experience with innovation. Trusted to process more than $17 trillion in payments each year, Fifth Third delivers reliability at scale while continuing to push what's next. Named one of Fortune magazine's most innovative companies, Fifth Third builds secure, efficient, and forward-thinking payment solutions. Because commercial payments require more than consistency. They demand innovation that keeps money moving. That's commercial payments. A Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we know the best place to watch a Brewers game is at the ballpark, but the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game is X-Golf in Brookfield or X-Golf in Mequon all season long. During Brewers games, whether it's during the day, whether it's at night, you get 50% off your sim time. They have $2 Miller Lite taps and have club-level Brewers ticket giveaways all season long. Don't miss out at X-Golf in Brookfield and X-Golf in Mequon. It's the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game.
Hey Wisconsin, it's your pal Donald Driver here. For 10 years, I've been working with the Wisconsin DOT to get everyone to wear their seatbelt. And it's working. Nearly 90% of Wisconsin drivers buckle up, which makes me want to say to the ones who don't, come on, man. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're going nowhere fast. Buckle up. If you don't, it can cost you money or a lot worse. Click it or ticket, and let's work together to save lives. Take my driving safety quiz at zeroinwisconsin.gov.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The other side of the world, and I'll let you know if I want to come back and coach your little game.
He's Jay Peterman.
Ian Rappaport tweeting yesterday, and I thought this was interesting. The Broncos the last 2 weeks. You guys done?
I got more.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Tony Wendorf and Associates, Keller Williams. They believe in the human side of real estate. Faith, family, friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so their clients win. No matter if it's buying or selling. Get started today at wendorfteam.kw.com.
A little college football, or I suppose college athletics, but football seems to garner the bulk of the attention when it comes to this. Friend and teammate on College Game Day, Pete Thamel, has an article on ESPN.com talking about how unsustainable the spending is for college programs. College administrators continue claiming that NIL and spending is unsustainable while continuing to, you guessed it, spend at an alarming rate. So, Gabe, when you saw this article, what was your biggest takeaway from the spending is crazy, we can't keep spending like this? Meanwhile, just writing check after check after check.
So I don't think I can sum up my feelings about the spending, how it continues to go up. They point out in the article, we made a big deal. Everybody did. In 2024, when Ohio State won the national championship, a $20 million roster. Well, 2 years later, it's like $50 million. They project in the article it could be 80 or 90 in 2 or 3 years. But I could not sum up my feelings about it better than Jim Smith, who is the athletic director at Maryland. And in this article, he is quoted as saying, "What is unsustainable? Is it 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Every time I hear people say it's unsustainable, I'm not sure what time frame they're talking about because clearly it keeps happening." So all these schools are saying this is unsustainable. Why are we doing this? This is unsustainable. And then guess what they do? Their words say one thing, the actions say something completely different. Because the costs of player acquisition continue to go up and up and up with really no end in sight. And it's up to these programs to not spend that money, yet they continue to do so.
I really appreciated Pete's use of quotations and scare quotes around the unsustainable, casting a, I think, deserved suspicious look at the decision makers who are at a luxury resort discussing how unsustainable the spending is on the cliffs of the ocean side right now. So that I thought that was good work by him.
My question would be, okay, the football crazy schools are going to always do it, but what happens to like Indiana this year after they already won a national championship, and I believe they got a lot of money from Mark Cuban and Texas Tech. Is it once they win it, they're like, we'll go back to being a basketball school? I mean, you think Indiana's going to keep spending that amount? I don't think they do.
As long as Mark Cuban keeps cutting those checks.
But what happens when he stops, Gabe?
Then they got to find another sucker.
If they don't, then Indiana football goes back to what it was before they won a national championship.
Which, by the way, Indiana football being on Get Up on the TVs above us right now is some weird symmetry that is happening here. Doesn't happen very often. So here's what I don't understand, guys. Who is driving the price increase, right? I understand how supply and demand works, but at some point, are the quarterbacks in 2026 that much better than the quarterbacks in 2025 where they can claim to deserve a significant pay increase? Or can we all agree that a good quarterback in college football should cost, pick a number here, $5 million, $6 million, $7 million, whatever number you want to say. Some of those I think are really egregious, but they have been given to quarterbacks at times. Why is the price going up? That's what I don't understand.
Because colleges continue to pay it.
So explain. So walk me through the process. So you're a college program.
Yep.
You are willing to pay, let's use 5 because it's a nice round number, $5 million for a top-tier quarterback. There are only so many top-tier quarterbacks.
Correct.
Why in the world would you pay $5 million for a second-tier quarterback if all of the top-tier quarterbacks have already decided where they're going?
Because you're in a panic. And you lost out, and now you've got to go spend. I mean, we see this all the time in the free agent market in other sports, right? Where, oh man, we missed out on that guy, so we have to go we got to do something. We're the Orlando Magic. We got to give up 5 first-round picks for Desmond Bane, right? Like, what? You did for who? You did what? We see it all the time where teams miss out on somebody or they think they're close to something and they decide to overspend. And next thing you know, you've got a big contract on your books because you panicked, You got into a bidding war, and then you ended up spending more. But by that time, now the market's reset.
But Deshaun Watson is the greatest example of that, right? Deshaun Watson is the greatest example of a team panicking, overpaying for a guy who has not at all earned that contract. Nobody else went, you know what we're going to do? Pay our guy what the Browns decided to pay Deshaun Watson. They all went, you're an idiot, and we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
But that's just all these contracts are 1-year contracts. So I guess that's the thing.
Stupid, Gabe, because it's fixable if they would just say, okay, you're only allowed one transfer. For them to transfer every year is dumb, and this is what's driving it.
But
because a guy can have a great year at Indiana and be a junior and say you're coming back. And now it went from $10 million, and now it's $25 million. It's just limit the transfer ability. Then it turns into like a 3-year deal, and you ain't going anywhere.
It's easier said than done, though, Chew, because every time they've tried to put something together, it just doesn't hold up in the courts. Players sue, and they get the freedom of movement. The cat's out of the bag. You can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
I thought that the quote-unquote salary cap was supposed to help with this. I thought this, the commission handing out a certain amount of money to each program was supposed to help balance the sheets, balance the spreadsheets.
Well, but
the NIL is the great, but we can go out and get $20 million in NIL. We can go out and $50 million in NIL. And that's where, again, you sit there and go, well, if we've got the money, we may as well spend it, right? If we've got the oil money down here at Texas Tech, we may as well go out and buy a defensive end. We may as well go out and buy a wide receiver. And
the other thing that we're talking about in terms of the market, you're dealing with irrational actors, right? These players may not actually be worth that, but because you're getting money from an oil booster like they have in Texas Tech, or because you're getting $30 million from Mark Cuban, we got to spend this, and this is how we're going to spend it. And you don't have to get a return on an investment, right? They're not looking for anything necessarily in return other than competitive programs. It's not like Mark Cuban's going, all right, Indiana, I'm giving you $30 million. I'm expecting 35 back in 2 years.
Well, and you can't put a price on return on investment. I mean, maybe you could argue that a national championship is priceless, as the old Visa commercials used to tell us, right? With your vacation. Oh, it's priceless. You can't put a price on it. Actually, I can. It's right here on the credit card bill. I know exactly how much it costs me. Yeah, I know exactly what the price was. I guess the question that Pete Thamel asked, Joshy, is does anyone really want to be governed? Right? It's all well and good to say this is not sustainable, but when push comes to shove and we offer solutions for actually governing this spending, it does feel like people turtle up real quick.
Right, because the way to do it would be a collectively bargained. You would have to make them employees of the university, even contractors of the university, which no one there has any interest in doing because that creates liabilities and puts you on the hook for some of these players' lives that you are forever altering.
Injuries, exactly.
And that's where things...
And then enters workman's comp.
Yes.
Yep. Workman's comp is not cheap.
Correct. That's the big rub here. What these people are lamenting, the people are saying it's unsustainable, is we used to have it really good around here. We had no responsibility. We got all the money. We got to do whatever we want. We put it in our own pockets, and the players didn't really see the benefit of it other than going to the NFL. And I think the Deshaun Watson comparison is quite apropos because what happened after Deshaun Watson got a fully guaranteed contract for all that money is the league literally concluded around let's make sure this doesn't happen again. We let him do that. None of the rest of us are going to do that because that sets a bad precedent and puts us in a bad place. What happened is the NCAA, when given the opportunity with the new laws being passed when the NIL first started, sat on their hands and said, we want nothing to do with this because we'd be forced into action. We'd have to make them employees. We'd have to do all these other things that come with collectively bargaining agreements with all these players. They chose the simple route, which is lawlessness.
But they were, because they were actually just, hey, all we want is the TV revenue. Just make sure we get all of that, and you can do whatever the hell you want after that. We really don't care.
And look,
am I right?
Yeah, you're 100% right, Chu. And I do think it is unsustainable for some college programs because not every college program has a Mark Cuban or
Cody
a Texas,
Campbell.
Or a Texas billionaire. Like, not every program has this.
And that's where this is coming from, if we're being honest, guys, right? It's the people who are tasked with going out with their hand out saying, hey, we need more money. We got to buy this athlete. We got to keep up with the Joneses. And the boosters, and I know this for a fact, are getting contribution fatigue. right? Because there only is one national championship every year. And so what is their return on investment? And some of these people, they didn't make their money because they're stupid. They didn't make their money because they make bad investments. They want to know, why is this a good investment? And at some point, they sit there and turn the faucet off. And that's why these programs and these administrators are saying it's unsustainable, because they're already getting pushback from the boosters who go, I don't know, man. I've been giving you $10 million for the last 5 years, and what do we have to show for it?
Yeah. Again, it's not unsustainable for Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, all these big schools. For Rutgers, for Maryland. Again, Michigan State, their athletic directors quoted in this piece. Like, think about all the scandals Michigan State's had to endure. Like, if you're somebody who's got a bunch of money and you're an alum of Michigan State, do you really want to give money to that program right now? So yeah, it is unsustainable for a lot of them, but for a bunch of others, it is not.
Right, and that's the difference, because there is no cap, there is no limit to how much can be spent. So the people with deeper pockets are therefore going to keep raising the prices, and it's going to become a have and have-nots even more than it currently is. I think there's also different programs are better when it comes to, hey, we're putting our hand out again, but here's what we're going to do for you. We've heard as much come from the people who've contributed money to the Wisconsin Badgers. They said, you keep asking me for money, but not giving me anything. There is no pat on the back to me other than thank you for your contribution. There's no special access, which
nice
a lot
little email you get.
Yeah, look at the sidelines at some of these, Jen. I'm sure you've seen it. Look at the sidelines. Who are those people walking around those sidelines? Those aren't just random fans.
Yeah.
Those are people who paid money to be there and given the access and all the perks of being a big donor.
But, Joshy, Wisconsin's got to come to the realization that being Iowa's fine.
Yes.
Iowa doesn't give NIL money to say, hey, national championship or bust. Iowa is just like, win me 9 games and get me to a good bowl, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, and then
am I right?
Yeah, I think that should be. I mean, that's how the Badgers were functioning for a long time.
I still think that should be a stepping stone, right?
Right.
Again, we're not going to go from where the Badgers were last year to winning a national title, even though Indiana has made this idea. It made it feel attainable. Okay, no, but if you start where you are and you go to your point, Chewy, the Iowa example, then you're in a better position to make that next step to be in the college football playoff, to be a national title
I
contender.
just don't know if the alum will give $70 million to take a run at a national championship.
Certainly not with any evidence that you can do it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It has to be, there are steps to success.
I think the Badgers' plan is be competitive, go to good bowls, and then lightning in a bottle, you get the right quarterback, you get the right guy on defense, and next thing you know, you make a run in the playoff, and that's sort of how you do it.
Got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Really good stuff, guys. I appreciate the wholehearted and energetic conversation here. We've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects, and I'm very excited about this door that they are replacing. We have a door off of our girls' bathroom. They're going to put a beautiful window in for us because PCI does exceptional work on all of your remodeling projects. And, guys, they're looking for skilled carpenters who care about their craft and want to be a part of a team. So if you are someone you know works hard, takes pride in what they build, and are looking for a carpenter role, you guys should apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com. Click on the careers tab to apply.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the ever more engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
An uninspired cookie-cutter trade show booth is unlikely to move the needle.
Picture this: lights, motion, energy, engagement. A space so bold it stops people mid-step.
That's what the award-winning team at Captivate Exhibits has been delivering for over 30 years.
From high-impact trade show exhibits to immersive lobbies, history walls, and culture-driven interiors, Captivate transforms ordinary square footage into unforgettable brand experiences.
Get started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 35 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continued to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A freaking catapult attached to his right hip. Like, I just made that up. A catapult.
That was good.
I kind of liked it. I was rolling with it, Rob.
Like a slingshot? Let's figure this out.
I'm calling old catapult leg from here on out.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It's summertime, and many of you are looking for a weight loss option that works, a weight loss option that lasts. That's where Milwaukee Weight Loss comes in. I wanted real goals, real change, and I decided 2026 is the year I look and feel my best. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm on that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. It's a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program where people can lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Many people have found success and real results. They continue to have amazing reviews from real people who have gone through this same program. Many patients can lose up to a pound of fat a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
There is a quick blurb on Twitter from Greenlight with Chris Long. It's a podcast where Zaire Franklin is on it, and Zaire admits that Green Bay had been trying to trade for him for 6 years.
Finally got him.
Finally happened.
Goody's white whale.
Yeah, exactly. Which does sort of feel like a Packers thing, though. I feel like there have been a lot of instances where we find out they obtain a guy, they acquire a guy, and then we're hearing there were a number of times where they were kicking the tires on him at other junctures.
They get obsessed with them during the pre-draft process.
Yep. Don't get them,
and yet that's not it. That's not the end. We can still get him at some point. That seems to be the Packer way.
We put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Who do you think will be the Packers' breakout player for the 2026 season? And Matthew Golden is running away with it. Like, we hope he will be running and streaking down the field, yards after catch for the Green Bay Packers in 2026. 82% of people. Marshawn Lloyd, for what it's worth, second with 12% of the vote. Go ahead and keep getting your votes in on that. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is done. Wilde and Tosh is next on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Northbound 4394, we do have the right shoulder